There's a place in your house where it's cool to chill, get some me time, or even cook a meal. It's your kitchen, mofo, ain't no time to slack. So just grab yourself a penny and let's work that ass. If you're scared of this place, ain't no need to bother. Just lay down your weapons and pick up another.
Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome to my Virgin Kitchen. I've been asked to try and learn or teach you, I don't know, I'm sort of learning and teaching at the same time. Cool, huh? How to make homemade ravioli. I've never done it before, so we're just going to go for it, and yeah, I'm a little scared. So I'm going to sort of flip it on its head. I'm going to do the filling first. We're going to do beef ravioli. I'm going to keep it as simple as we can so that the people that are learning with me can sort of learn too. We're not going to make it too advanced. We're just going to go for it. I've got a pan here with a knob of butter and a flame just sat there waiting for me. So I'm going to plonk that on there. The rest of the ingredients for the filling, just for the ravioli, are here, so I'm just going to hit pause on the video, write those all down. There's other ingredients we're going to do. We're going to do a funky sauce with it as well. We're going to make the ravioli, and I've got a little bit of garlic bread there as well on the side, so it's all going to come together. So the beef ravioli is really simple. Just got beef, a little bit of parmesan, some nutmeg there, some salt and pepper, a little bit of parsley chopped up, garlic chopped, and that is one loaf of bread just sort of run through the blender, okay? So it's just gone and chopped it up. You could use a knife and cut it, but you know, you need a bit of patience for that. So this butter is already starting to melt away. Once it gets nice and warm, that pan, I'm going to shove the beef into brown, and we're rolling already. Rolling! Bleh. Okay, boom, that butter is just starting to sizzle. So I'm picking up my meat, cha-ching, and just plonking it straight in like so. Just going to get myself a little wooden spoon and break it down. Now there's so many different types of filling you can use for ravioli. In fact, if you're vegetarian, there's a really cool spinach and ricotta one you can do, but I'm doing beef today, okay? I might show you how to do that one other time, okay? Yeah. So yeah, we're just going to basically brown this. It's going to be really simple. Just browning the meat, just towards the end, just after it browns, going to chuck in our garlic for another couple of minutes. Cha-ching, we don't want to overcook that. And then all we do is let it cool down. Put it in a bowl like that, mix it together with our other stuff, and that'll be the filling done. So let's brown this. I'm browning it, baby, I'm browning it. Okay, so my meat is nearly browned off. Check that out. In fact, no, that is browned off. That's ready to go. I'm going to grab my garlic and chuck it in there, like so. Look at that shot glass going in right in there. That's all good. Just stir it through. So a couple more minutes in there just to cook that garlic, get that smell all in there. Now, I had a couple of questions, actually, last couple of weeks. People sort of saying to me, where did you learn to cook, Barry? And I'm thinking, do you guys not know the full story? So some people that are sort of tagged on to the back of this journey, because obviously we keep going with it, I learned to cook on YouTube, okay? When I'm doing recipes like this is the first time I've ever done it. All these other recipes I've ever done on the videos, I've never done them before, okay? I'm just confident, okay? And that's what cooking is all about. It's all about confidence. Okay, so about 4 minutes in, I've just taken it off the heat, and that garlic smell, you can really smell it coming out. Can you smell that steam coming up? It's the garlic smell right there. Okay, so what I've got is a little bowl here, and I'm just going to spoon the mixture, the beef and the garlic in there. And all we're going to do then, once it's all in there, I'll just come back to that in a minute, we're just going to let it cool down. How easy is that? Yeah. Right, so just while I was waiting for that to cool down, and it has done sufficiently now, it's all good, we're going to mix all that in, I decided to prep my ingredients for my sauce. Now, if you just hit pause right now on the video, just to write all those ingredients down, really, really simple stuff. The main thing you like to do is chop up some garlic, chop up a little bit of parsley, slice some mushrooms, and also an onion. Now, I had a pretty cool conversation with a couple of you the other day, particularly Ida, who told me if you stick your tongue out, chopping onions, it stops you crying, and no tears, no tears. Okay, let's mix this together now. Yeah. Let's mix it together now. Okay then folks, here we go, easy peasy. I've got a wooden spoon handy, but I'm not sure, I might use my hands, we'll see how it goes. So, I've got my bowl of meat and garlic there. I'm going to pour in my one slice of breadcrumbs, like that, cha-ching. Parmesan, boom, in that goes. Wow, loving that colour effect there. A little bit of nutmeg, obviously if you've got fresh nutmeg, you can grate that over there. Just over a teaspoon. Salt and pepper, cha-ching. Oh, wrong way. Salt and pepper, there we go, that'll do. And then we get our parsley. Just go like that. Now, I'm going to try and just stir this all in together. Let's just see if this helps. Hold it. Nah, I'm going to get my hands in there. Let's go for it. Rah! Okay, so it's holding quite well, but what I'm going to do is get an egg. I'm just going to crack that in, cha-ching, just to try and give it an even lit more. It's almost like when you're making a burger. I'm not going to get my hands in there now, but just to try and hold it together just a teeny bit more. And I can already see that's starting to have that effect already now. That is good. That is exactly how I'm wanting it. Just enough so that later on we can get teaspoons of it out and shove it in our ravioli parcels. Right ho then, you crazy dudes, that mixture is all good. The egg really did help to hold it. It was a little bit too, I don't know, it was like, I didn't want to join hands, you know, like people when they're sort of like, come on, hold my hand, you know, and no, I don't want to do it. The egg was sort of like the peacemaker in that. It was like, yeah, we hold hands, we're eggs. I don't know. So yeah, it's doing its thing. We don't need it till the end. So we've got our sauce ingredients over there. We know what we're doing with that. But pasta. We're now going to move on and make the pasta. So pasta, you just need eggs and pasta flour like this, okay? 00 grade pasta flour. Now that is pasta that has been really, really refined. It's been sort of sieved a billion times by getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and then it's been thrown against a rock, and then people have just sort of jumped on it. Well, not really that bad, but it's just really, really fine, so you need it to help make the pasta. So for every 100 grams of pasta flour, you need an egg. So I'm going to go for 300 grams of pasta flour, which means three eggs. Okay, so I'm ready to make my pasta now. All I've got is my flour, my eggs. I'm actually going to use a rolling pin because I was thinking the majority of you probably don't have a pasta machine. It is a little hard work to do it with a rolling pin apparently. You've got to really roll it to get it nice and thin. So we're going to keep going. Some good elbow grease, right? And I've got a bowl here. So you put it on the table first of all and keep playing around with it to knead it and all that. But what we're going to do is put it in this massive salad bowl. It's going to be way too big for it, but it's going to love it. And I'm going to put cling film on it and stuff like that. So we've got to get going. All I'm going to do is get my flour and just pour it straight in there, like so. I'm going to make a little well with my fingers. Grab myself a knife, and I'm going to just going to show you the first egg. I'm just going to crack it. In you go. Just put it in the middle of the well. Okay, that's there. Can you see that? It's in the well, like that. Okay, cool. Kind of looks like a massive fried egg. So what you can do is add one egg at a time and just sort of work it in with your fingers like this. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay then guys, so I've got my 3 eggs in there and I started rubbing it together with my fingers and thumbs for around about 5 minutes, and as you do that it starts to thicken up a little bit and become almost like a pastry texture, and it gets into its little balls like that, okay, little dough balls. So what you want to do is just sort of bond it all together into one massive dough ball of pasta like that. Wow, check that out. Okay, so it's going to be all a bit rough and nasty at the minute, but what you basically need to do is just sort of knead it, okay, so push down with your hands, play around with it, like whack it about, like that. Well, maybe not that drastic, but you know, really get into it so it becomes all loose and elasticy. Okay, so I sprinkle a little bit of flour down, and it's really tough actually to do this, but it is starting to loosen up. I can feel it. You want to keep going so you got it nice and smooth and elasticy. Ba-dang! Okay, I'm proper knackered now. That took me like a good 15 minutes, but it's all nice and smooth in there now. I've put it into a smaller bowl. This is not an optical illusion, it is a smaller bowl, and I'm just going to put some cling film over it. Seal it nice and airtight, and we have to put it in the fridge now for at least 15 to 20 minutes. So I'm going to let it do that. So you can either now have a little rest, gather your thoughts, get your strength back, because that really is quite physical demanding, or you can get on and make your sauce. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it, and then right at the end we're going to reheat it, so it's all come together, innit? Okay, so our dough mixture is in the fridge with you right now. Let's get back over there and make the sauce. Okay, let's make this sauce so simple. I've just grabbed the pan again, shoved in a little bit of butter. Can you see that in there? Just sort of wandering around. It's just going to melt up, do its thing. Then we're going to chuck in the mushrooms and cook them up, baby. Cook them up real nice. That's what we do when I'm talking to you. Boop, boop. Alrighty then, I think that butter is just about ready. Let's add something to the pan, and that is, I said, my friends, the mushrooms. In they go, cha-ching. They're going to need about 5-6 minutes on their own there. Let's just cook them, get them nice and soft and cooked through and squidgy. I love the smell of mushrooms. They're amazing. Beautiful. Check out the colour of those mushrooms. You probably can't smell it, but I just love the smell of mushrooms cooking. I could literally just stand here and cook mushrooms all day like that, and I'd be just smiling like this. I'd be like, maybe not, I don't know. Okay, so here is our onion. Nice and thick and chunky chopped like that. Again, with the onions and the mushrooms, it's completely up to you how you chop them up. You know, you can have them real tiny thin or chunky and hunky. It's kind of like how I like it. It'll all soften anyway. Okay, beautiful. Hopefully you can see the volume in that pan has actually shrunk a little bit. It's gone through the heating process. It's all good. So, grab our garlic now, thick and chunky chopped up. Just chuck that all in there. I think I've got some on my floor. Oh, some pasta on the floor. It's all good. It's natural that way. I'm going to get rid of it before Phoebe eats it. Anyhow, we stir that all through, and in a minute we're going to chuck in our tomato sauce. It's actually passata. The passata is a lot like chopped tomatoes, but it's got like herbs in it as well, which saves you having to buy the herbs as well. So if you haven't got passata, use chopped tomatoes and add more herbs. Yeah. Okay, it's been about 3 minutes with the garlic in there, and now I'm going to grab my passata and just pour that in there. Blah, 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 like that. Here we go. We just push this all in. Get it all in there. Let it coat it. Let it absorb the onion, the garlic and the mushrooms. Let it dance with it, let it hug it, let it love it. Stir it all around. Cha-ching. Wow, I'm being a proper messy Barry today. Sorry about that. Okay, so with the tomatoes in there, it's starting to simmer a little bit. We want to add in some more, so we're going to add in our cream. In that goes, cha-ching, and also our herbs. So I'm going for a little bit more parsley, but you can use any more you want. Let's just stir that through. Oh my goodness. As you can hear, that has cooled it down a little bit. And look at the colour change there, that is cool. What we're going to do is bring that to a boil and then just simmer it for a bit. And the only thing we've got left is our parmesan to chuck in there. It's all good. We'll go back to working on our ravioli then. Okay, so our sauce has been simmering away there for a good 5 minutes. And what you would do if you're making the sauce straight away is now chuck in the parmesan. What I'm going to do is leave it right to the end when I reheat it, pour in that parmesan, give it a quick stir, dunk in the ravioli, and then we'll serve it all together. Just going to let it do its thing now. In fact, no. Let's take that off the heat. Cha-ching. Let's put it right out the corner, out the way, just to cool down on its own. Let's make this ravioli. Okay, so I've got my pasta dough out the fridge, and what I'm going to do is just pull off a ball about the size of a tennis ball, and just get it in the flour. Let's have a go at this. I've got my rolling pin all rolled up. I've got my mixture here ready. All we've got to do is just sort of squish this down a little bit, and then start to roll it. Let's go. Wow, that's been nearly half an hour, and I've rolled it out and I found a solution, right? What you need to do is actually get lumps, only small bits like that, okay? If you start with a massive lump and then try and roll it out, you're just never gonna win. And it takes a long time. So I went from that and I rolled it out and got nice and flat like that. You can see the kind of width difference on that. If you flatten it out, you kind of get that length. You just got to keep going. And as you can see, that is still really, really thick. So you keep going, keep flipping it over, and you get this thinness. If you can get it like that, so it's almost like paper thin. I know that wasn't perfect circle, I know, but I kept going. I've trimmed the edges, some of it fell off. Whew, it's hard work, but it's worthwhile, I hope. Now we're going to make our parcels and see how we get on. Okay, I just made ravioli and I want to show you how. I wanted to do it off camera just so I could go, oh my gosh, I'm actually telling people like what to do, right? So, you've got to watch out because this pasta goes hard quite easily. So what I got was that sheet. I cut it down so it's nice flat edges, almost like the size of a rectangle, and the size of meat that will actually fit in there neatly. Actually, there might be a little bit too much there. Let's get that bit put up there. So let's get that in there. I'll put you up here. Yeah, so we do need to work fast. If it goes hard, which we do not want, then it's going to just sort of snap. So I'm just going to give it a little egg wash around all the four sides. And then literally, just like you're wrapping a Christmas present or a birthday present, just fold it over, push it down like this, just to seal the meat in there. It might not give straight away, but there we go. And then I haven't actually got a crimper. Let's give it another little egg wash. Just another little coat on the top, just to seal it. Remember, you've got that back layer, doesn't need to be egg wash because it's literally just the edge. So I'm going to grab my fork and just work it round the edge of the pasta like this. Ooh. There we go. And let's have a look at this. Not too bad. It's a little bit covered in egg in a minute, so let's get out of the way. Ooh. Boom, put it to one side, and that is a ravioli done. So I'm going to make them as quick as I can. They're only going to take about 2 or 3 minutes to cook because it's fresh pasta. Put it in the sauce. Now we're going to eat it. This is an intense video. Well then guys, survey the scene. That is all the ravioli I've made. I've actually got enough to probably make about 2 or 3 times that amount. So consider that in mind when I'm giving you all those quantities so far. I've got enough to fill the tummy though. So all I'm going to do, I love this little bit here where it's like that. Once you've got that egg wash on there, it's nice and sealed, but you just push it down. You just crimp it. And that is what gives you that funky design like on these. So I've got a pan of water on to boil. I've just shoved my garlic bread on. I'm going to reheat my sauce. We're going to bring it all together. Let's go for it. Okay then guys, so I've got a sauce here. I've just heated it back up. We're going to put the parmesan in any minute now, but the water here is boiling, so I'm actually going to place in my ravioli one at a time. Just drop them in. Wow. Okay, let's go for this. And I'm just hoping that they don't burst. And also that I don't scald my hand on the hot water. Okay, wow. I'm going to come back to that mess in a minute. So the ravioli is in there cooking away. The sauce is nice and hot now. We're just going to pour in our parmesan cheese. Wow, give it a nice good flavour spank there. Let's stir this through. Oh wow, I love parmesan cheese. Look at that, it's just joining it, it's jumping in there. Okay, so it's been just over 5 minutes actually, and the pasta is done. I had to make sure where I actually overlapped the edge and crimped it, they weren't really cooked. I took one out to try it, so it's actually done now. You might want to take it a little bit longer than that. It's completely up to you. So what I'm going to do is take the heat off this pan, and I'm actually going to try to scoop the ravioli out on a slotted spoon and just drop it into my sauce like this. Just show you what I'm going to do now. 1 or 2 more. Okay, so I've got a few more to add in, but all I'm going to do is just gently coat it in the sauce. Just stir that ravioli in there. Do it nice and gently, so you don't want to split the ravioli, okay? Okay, so I've got a nice big bowl there. Let's get some ravioli on. Beautiful, still piping hot. Let's get a little bit of garlic bread on the side. Cool, and then a few sprigs of spare parsley, just scatter that on the top like that. And that is it, all done. Cha-ching! Let's eat it. Ooh, parsley on my thumb. Okay then guys, it's been quite an intense video, but ultimately let's see what it tastes like. I can't wait to do this, and I've got a bit of tidying up too, but we'll do that in a minute. Here we go, let's just get some of this ravioli on the sauce. Oh my god. Wow, that is incredible. That is definitely worth the intensity of having a go at this recipe. Give it a go, have a try and all that. Wow, that is gorgeous. So if I can make that, absolutely anyone in the world can. My first time making ravioli, got nothing to lose. Just have a go, yeah? Let me know how you get on, and I'll see you again next time. Cheers!